Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. The Dutch ban on lithography equipment took less than 3 months from the promulgation of a ban on shipments to the extension of the implementation time of the regulations to the withdrawal of the license for shipments. Earlier this year, ASML notified its customers that the Netherlands had cancelled their previous shipment licenses for NXT 2050i and NXT 2100i semiconductor manufacturing equipment, which will affect the production of individual customers. Therefore, under the ban from many parties, EUV lithography machines can only ship 1980Di lithography machines. This is an unfriendly situation for both Chinese companies and ASML. On the one hand, 1980Di lithography equipment can only produce chip products no smaller than the 38 nanometers process in a single exposure. Although more cutting-edge technology can be produced through multiple exposures, the steps and costs, as well as yield, must be considered. On the other hand, ASML has already set a goal for itself to ship about 600 EUV lithography machines per year by the end of 2025. If it loses part of its market share in the mainland market, ASML's challenges will be a bit big. At this time, Dutch executives rarely revealed a piece of news to everyone. According to public information, the Minister of Foreign Trade and Development Cooperation of the Netherlands declared that when reviewing relevant semiconductor shipment licenses, they only focus on one point: whether it is ultimately used for bad purposes, so as to avoid so-called risks. At the same time, the minister said that since the implementation of export controls in September last year, they have approved a number of applications for permission to ship to the mainland. It is expected to receive about 20 such applications this year. Although he did not specify how much semiconductor manufacturing equipment will be exported to the mainland, China can believe that the situation of applying for shipments has been finalized. That is, in the context of revoking the shipping license, ASML still has channels to apply for shipping, and may obtain a shipping license again. After all, according to the minister, they still issued a number of permits under the same review regulations last year. So, does this mean that the situation of the lithography shipment license being revoked has become a decoration? Because the export control itself is not a direct ban, the Dutch operating model is slightly different from the US semiconductor export control. We can look back and see that when the United States implemented export controls on semiconductor manufacturing equipment and chips, many American companies applied for shipments, but were not approved. On the contrary, under the Dutch semiconductor export controls, they gave ASML some room to pass the license, and in fact allowed the shipment of equipment under the controls. According to the current information disclosure, more than 20 similar applications that may be received this year have a high probability of being approved. So the previous operation of revoking the shipping permission can be considered a kind of display. As for who to show it to, everyone must know this. However, this also has a drawback, that is, Dutch Semiconductor still has the right to decide on the shipment of lithography equipment. In layman's terms, they can revoke the shipment license of these lithography equipment again, within a certain period of time after applying for a license. The scope of this uncertainty will increase again. For domestic manufacturers purchasing lithography equipment, it is like a knife hanging around their necks, and they don't know when it will fall. Therefore, rather than saying it is a decoration, it is better to say that Dutch Semiconductor has adopted a compromise plan to safeguard ASML's interests in the Chinese market. But overall, this still sends a good signal, and also gives China room to counterattack. After all, under the focus of their review, if they deliberately do not allow shipments, then they must pay for the results of the review. Provide tangible evidence. Without evidence, China cannot allow this state to continue. Overall, ASML's EUV lithography machine technology has reached a critical turning point. Although they are facing bottlenecks in technological development, they are also actively looking for new breakthroughs. 2024 may be a relatively calm year, but it's just the calm before the storm. With the development of new technologies and changes in the market environment, ASML's future is still full of infinite possibilities. In this process, ASML's role is not only a technology provider, but also a leader in the development of the entire semiconductor industry. Each of their technological breakthroughs may change the rules of the game for the entire industry. Therefore, despite the challenges, the future of ASML is still worth looking forward to. ASML's EUV lithography machine technology is standing at a new starting point. Their success is not only related to the company's own development, but also to the future of the global semiconductor industry. Let us wait and see how ASML will find a new path amidst technological limits and market challenges, and continue to lead the industry forward. In the process, we will also witness how a new chapter of Moore's Law is being written. What do you think of this matter? Welcome to leave comments, like and share this.